So that's the first thing I'm going to do. Put that in right here. Oh my god, it already has a rip. Hey everyone, welcome back. This episode here, I'm actually going to put on the rear rack right here. I got it all set up here. Here it is, the rear rack. Not the rear rack, the rear, well, the small basket with the small bag. Isn't that awesome? This is kind of what I've been waiting for. I'm not sure how I'm going to do this, but that's how it looks fit in. And what I noticed is it's a little bit tighter. It does fit really snug in there. So I think it has to go in this way, because if I line up the screws, that's the way it shows. It unfortunately doesn't line up this way, which it would have been. Anyways, it works. I just have to deal with it. Most likely, I'm gonna have the bag open from. Oop, stay right there. Open from this side, because you know, when I get off the bike, I dismount from this side, and I probably want to open and have access to the bag here. So now I've got a pretty sweet setup, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to for the most part, what I'm going to do is install the small basket on the rear rack, and I've dedicated the Rad Mini to pull the WeRide Copilot, and so this is going to be pretty much my setup for the Radrover. So this is what I'm going to probably go with. So let's get started on installing this here. I'm liking the basket. I got my toolbox here already, my toolkit here. So let's get started. I think this is going to be real simple, real easy. This is probably like the most no-brainer install I've done. And so let's just get this open. Excellent. Open without any problems. Okay, so I essentially got 4 of these hex bolts and then 4 washers. So I'm assuming they'll just most likely go in like this. Real easy. And I already got I think I got everything. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to use this. I'm going to use this right here. A ratcheting. Yeah. That goes the other way. A ratcheting screwdriver with this little attachment right here, and okay, this should go by really fast. So, all right, let's line it up first. Okay, I think that's lined up pretty good. Let me go ahead and start on the first one. Let me make sure it's gonna go on smooth. There isn't any issue on it. Actually, before I do that, let me okay, there's Loctite on these at the very end, so once they go in, they're most likely going to start giving you some resistance here. I'm just testing it out. As soon as it hits the Loctite, it does get a little harder. Again, I'm just being super cautious. And I recommend you all be super cautious when you install anything onto these nuts. Okay. I just want to make sure the threading's good on this before I start. So let me just get this started by hand. I think that's the important thing. Okay. So let me put them all in by hand first. Go into like an X or Z pattern. If you can go in by hand, then you know the threading's pretty good. Doesn't take too much before they hit the Loctite. Okay, I just want to make sure. Oh, I forgot to put in the washers. That's all right. That's all right. Just do it again. Last one right here. Just got a little stubborn on me for some reason. Okay. Alright, so now I'm going to use this. I'm going to start with this one first. It's already getting hard. If you want, you can probably use a ratchet if you wanted to, but I'm just going to do this here real quick. Okay, once it stops giving me some resistance, I'm just going to stop right there. I'm not going to try to force it. I'm just going to go on to the next one, into like a Z, kind of like a, a Z pattern, because they'll move, and I'll go over them. I'll go over it one more time because it will move on you. And if you have a ratchet, that's great. I'd recommend a hand tool, because then you'll know when you reach the torque limit. That way you don't strip off the head on the bolt, on the hex bolt here. Okay, and you don't strip the hex socket, or the hex as well, the head. Try to get this view. There we go. I don't have to overdo it. I think it's in there pretty good. So I'll start over again. Just to make sure, because they will tighten and loosen as you screw them in each at a time. So yeah, this has gotten a little looser. Now be careful, because they're aluminum threads, so And aluminum's really easy to strip, so don't overdo it. Just want to make sure that it's on good. This is on good. Once you feel some good resistance, stop. You don't have to do too much. All right, that's good. That's perfect. Voila, there you go. Small basket installed on the rear. Done. That was the easy part. Now let's get the let's get this. And I'm going to install it right here. So it's a pretty snug fit. You have to kind of push it in. There we go. It's pushed in. Put my tools away. And I'm just going to open the bag so I can just push it in here. Okay. I'm going to have it open this way. That's the way I prefer. And you can see it's I don't know if you can see that, but it's lined up a little bit high here. So I don't know if that's a mismeasurement on the part of Radrover, or somebody just not thinking about this, because on the large basket it's perfect. If you look at that, on the small basket it's a little high. It's a little high. Seems like they mismeasured it, and this one actually won't even. This one right here won't even. It looks like it's barely gonna attach. Look how much. Look how much room I have here. Let's see this one right here. So not quite a perfect fit. But I guess it works. As long as it stays on, that's the point. And I already have some ideas of what I'm going to put in here. And I guess first thing I'm going to do is most likely I'm going to put my secondary tool in here right away. My little tool kit right here. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. Put that in right here. Oh my god, it already has a rip. So this bag already came with a rip. I'm going to have to contact Rad about this. And yeah, look at that. Bag already came with a rip on it. So okay. So bag already came with a rip, and these ties here, they seem to not line up with the basket. They're a little too much. They're a little high, especially this one. This one's really high. This one's high as well. Anyways, I guess I'll be calling Rad Power Bike soon enough. All right, as you know, I got my pannier bag here. And I just got some inner tube, so I'm going to carry around inner tube with me. And for the Radrover, I just bought these. They're just inner tube. They're really inexpensive. 26 by 4 fat tire tube, so they're made for any fat tire. And there you go. This is one of the things I'm going to be. So this is definitely something that's going to go in here. The tools. This is mainly like my emergency trunk spare tire kind of thing. This is what I'm going to use this for, and I'm okay with that. I don't know. I probably will put a bungee. I probably will put a bungee over it, because you never know. What I like about this what I like about it is just the liner for the basket. That's what I'm using it for, so I don't have to wrap it in a towel or something. And it's supposedly waterproof, and I'm not sure how the waterproof this seam is going to be. Okay, anyways, I'll definitely contact them about this little issue right here. Alright then, there you go. That concludes this episode. There you go, small basket and small bag. So hopefully you liked this episode. Subscribe, leave a comment, hit the alert bell, all that good stuff. Bye.